Oh, fuck. Alright everybody, this is Julian from RawPhysique again. So today I'm going to talk about how to naturally raise your HGH levels through the sauna. And some of the benefits that actually come from raising your body temperature like that, your core body temperature, to a higher temperature than its average running temperature. Now, I literally just started doing this myself to kind of run an experiment to see how my lifts are going to go doing these full body temperature treatments. Basically, spa, sauna, steam room, anything like that that's usually available in any halfway decent gym. Now, I literally just got out of it like 15 minutes ago. I did about 25 minutes, which was the best I've ever done. This was my fourth time in there, and the first time I went in, I only was able to stay like 17 minutes, and that was with taking like a couple, minute break. Probably around a minute, actually. Yeah, probably closer to a minute break outside in between of that 17 minutes. Now, myself, I really can't deal with heat that much. I'd much prefer to be cold and running around in the snow. And the heat literally makes me feel like I'm gonna faint. Like, I went to New Orleans and I was going on like some cemetery tours, and my girlfriend thought it'd be a good idea to go. She chose August. It was like the fucking hottest shit imaginable. It was literally like hell walking around everywhere there. So I constantly felt like I was gonna faint. Literally almost fainted. Like, towel on head, ice on head, laying down in the middle of a cemetery. But really quick, back to that, there was like, really out of shape people, like older people, overweight people with, I'm sure they had diabetes walking around. And I'm sitting there like the most fit dude there, and I'm about to faint. It's retarded. Anyway, back to my experimental steam room treatments, because my gym does not have a sauna. So it does have a hot tub, but I don't know. I prefer to be in the steam room. Steam room is closer to a sauna. So anyway, starting these treatments, I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see if my lifts increase at all. I've been working out for about 2 decades, so I'm at my critical max and critical strength to a certain point. Like, I could work on one really hard and raise it up slightly, but then something else will drop. But that's what happens when you've been working out for 2 decades. There's no beginner gains, nothing like that. Like, if you're a beginner and you start working out, you'll have gains. You could put like 5 pounds, 10 pounds on your max every week or couple weeks. And that's how it is. But unless you take steroids, then that's what happens if you're all natural. So back to this sauna shit and like studies that have been coming out and have come out in the past with it. So, first off, it's healthy for you in almost every aspect. Your skin, your heart, cardiovascular health. And this comes about from just 2 30-minute sessions a week. And that's what I'm going to try to do, is those 2 30-minute sessions. Now, if you do 2 30-minute sessions a week or 3 30-minute sessions a week, you'll have a 27% less likelihood of actually having a heart attack, which is pretty big. And that the studies don't really specify why that is, but it's because your heart rate gets up when you're in there. Your heart rate escalates, and mine will hover around 130 to 140. I start getting worried around 150. I feel like I'm gonna faint around 150. So that's usually like, if it gets too much past 150, I'll step out for a second. But that's just me. Some other people might be able to sit in there and deal with that shit. But if you remember like 30 or 40 seconds ago when I was explaining my fainting spells, then you would understand. So, also, if you up that to around 7 times per week, they found out that you have a 50% less likelihood of any heart disease at all. So that's pretty damn big, just from sitting in the sauna for like 20 or 30 minutes every single day. Now, these studies were done on saunas. They were not done on steam rooms or hot tubs, but it's all about getting your body heat escalated and your body having to deal with that, and it also breaks down certain proteins when that's happening. So another thing that was mentioned also was, that's good for your cardiovascular health and your heart health, but you don't quite want to let your body get used to going in there every day, because the benefits from HGH levels rising will most likely deplete. Now, that wasn't in any study either, but if you pay attention to things, you pay attention to working out, like let's say you run a mile every single day, the first couple times you do it, it's going to be rough. But in like a month, a mile will be really easy. And at that point, your body's actually not burning that many calories. It's preserving calories when you're running, and your heart rate will be lower during that run. Now, when you first start that out, your body rate's gonna be fucking like escalated like crazy. It's gonna be going nuts. Your body's gonna be burning calories because it doesn't know what the fuck's happening. It thinks you're probably trying to run away from a lion or some shit. So basically your body adapts. I have videos that I've done in the past like this, so check out those if you feel like it. But anyway, so I go twice a week, and I have at least let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I have 2 days in between one and like 3 or 4 days in between the other. Don't pay attention to my math, that's horrible. But not the percentage rates I'm talking about, because I have my notes. So this also races, so longevity. So they did a 20-year study that found out that men who stayed in the sauna, every single day for a certain amount of time, 20 or 30 minutes, were 40% less likely to die from premature death, which sounds fucking horrible, than somebody who went like one time or less a week. They also found out that if you spent more than 19 minutes per sauna session, that there was 52% less likely of premature death than people who spent 11 minutes or under. So that's why I'm sticking to 20 minutes or over. I'm going to try to work towards 30 minutes. Today I did 25, but it didn't seem as hot and steamy as usual, so I need to talk to them about that shit. Anyway, when it does get that hot and you're sitting there sweating a lot, you're sweating out, toxins and liquid, and that's good for your body just as long as you get hydrated right afterwards. So you're sweating for 30 minutes like crazy in a sauna, drink some, Gatorade, something, water would be the healthiest. Gatorade does have a lot of sugars in it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, just get hydrated afterwards, because you will be, I need to drink some water. Okay, you will be dehydrated, because you could sweat out a whole quart of liquid just in 15 minutes. Now, these studies were done in saunas, and it was between 80 and 100 degrees Celsius. That's the average sauna temperature for the Finnish style of saunas, which these studies were done with, or most of these studies were done with. So if you're in a sauna and it's really not that hot, you probably will get the tiniest negligible bit of, increased health and HGH, but it's going to be a lot smaller than someone who's going in there and they're immediately getting like hot around like 170 degrees. Now, because it is getting that hot, it simulates like exercise. So just sitting in there is almost like exercising for your heart anyway. You're not going to get big and ripped sitting in a sauna. Now, if you're working out and you're doing these sauna treatments, then technically that will help you increase and improve faster on everything. But if you're plateaued out like myself, it should as well. And that's why I'm doing this experiment. Now, going into a sauna like this can actually reduce blood pressure. So if you're consistently going 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, that will technically has been shown to lower your blood pressure. Now, if you have like a heart defect or something and your heart can't raise up that high, then that's something you'll have to speak to your doctor about. Disclaimer, speak to your actual doctor about it. And don't just take my word if you have some crazy ass heart problem and then you're gonna die in there and your family's gonna go through your YouTube history for some reason and find me talking about how healthy it is, and lawsuit for me. And I don't feel like losing the new Lambo I just bought. That was dry humor. I drive a Honda SI. That's over a decade old. So, the best part, HGH levels. So in 1976, a Finnish study came out. They used like 55 men and they stuck them through a sauna session. And before the sauna session, they checked their HGH levels. After the sauna session, they looked at their HGH levels and they rose by 140%. That's pretty fucking big. And rose by 140%, and it lasted a little over an hour, and it went back down to like average or normal. Now that's a huge find, and you're probably thinking, oh, like fuck, that's an hour, only an hour, hour or two, and their HGH levels were back to normal. That's if you understand, that is a big find though. That's huge. And so if you do that a couple times a week, like that's going to be big. And other studies found that your HGH levels throughout the week are actually higher than normal if you're doing these sauna sessions. And there are plenty of other studies also that came out with pretty much almost the same results as this. Age, different demographic, and people's HGH levels were still rising from this. Now, if you're between 49 and 66, this is kind of a compilation of different data, but between 49 and 66, doing these sauna sessions, your HGH will rise, but it will not rise as high as somebody who is between 31 and 46, just because your HGH levels drop off like a motherfucker when you're like around 50 years old. That's why Rocky Balboa is all for those fucking HGH injections and testosterone replacement therapy. Maybe I will do that when I'm 50 and my gains have fucking sucked. Now, just like I said before, your body does adapt. So they found out if you do 3 consecutive days in a row of these like spa sauna treatments of heat, then it dramatically reduces the effect on your body that gets the HGH to rise. So like, let's say the first day you do it, 30-minute session, your HGH is 140% higher than it was. Fucking awesome. Huge. Then second day, it's probably like 100 or like 70% higher than it was. Third day, it's probably like 20% higher than it was. So it drops off if you keep doing these consecutive days. That's why I just do a day and I span at least 2 days in between it, because I do not want my body to adapt to this heat, because I want it to think, fucking elephants chasing me or something, and my HGH needs to get high or, understand what I'm saying. Just don't go like 4 days in a row. So, another quick thing. If you're thinking like, oh, it's like raising HGH levels and it's only for an hour, why don't I do it before I exercise? And it would basically be like, shooting up with HGH before the actual workout. So, if you go in a sauna session for 30 minutes, especially when you go every other day and your body's not adapting to it, it's like running part of a marathon or running for fucking, at least 30 minutes before actually you're exercising. That's not good, and it'll take away from you being able to push as hard as you would be able to before that. And then on top of that, you will be a lot more dehydrated, and so even if you drink a lot of water during or whatnot, your body's going to be trying to hydrate itself while you're exercising. So that's not good. You're not going to be able to get as good as a workout. So you should hit it right after you finish lifting weights. And that's what I am doing in this experiment. Also, some quick gym tips for actual like sauna and steam room use. When I typed in and was researching sauna, it was every other picture had like a half-naked chick in there. That's not what's in there. You know what's in there? Like 7-year-old fucking men who don't mind being naked and letting their fucking balls like drag on the wet floor. That's what you get in there. Fucking like fat, like retarded people who don't work out and they go in the sauna. Now they might have healthy hearts, but they're out of shape and they're old. And I'm really not talking shit. But after you stare at enough old man balls, you get fucking tired of it. So yeah, chicks in the sauna or a spa or whatever, no, that's non-existent. You're stuck with some old men. So I'm gonna give I'll be making some other videos. I'm gonna give this a month. I might give like an update, let you know like how my strength is, how I feel. Right now I notice that like after I have like one of these sauna sessions for like 20 or 30 minutes, I feel kind of weird throughout the day, like almost high for like several hours after doing it. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's something I'll get used to or whatnot. I am not sure, but I will give you an update on that and my strength, which actually sucks right now because I just fucking had to go to the hospital because I had like sciatic nerve pain the other night, which was horrible. I literally like couldn't walk. And whenever I even thought about it, I was getting like shooting pain down my leg and like in your like glute area. And it was fucking horrible, completely debilitating. Like, I tried peeing in the middle of the night and I almost fainted and I almost threw up. Like, my face was over the toilet and I was just like laying on the toilet because I was having so much pain just trying to move with this. It was a nightmare. But anyway, that's getting better. But my shoulder is hurting, so my bench has like sucked. I've been trying to like take it easy and build it back up. So hopefully these spa treatments with this HGH helps fix that a little faster and I can start getting back to being a boss on the bench press. All right, so if you have any questions or comments, leave it down below and I will get back to you. If you like videos like this and you want updated videos with new research coming out to help maximize your natural potential and how fast you'll be able to build, please subscribe. And if you want to check out any other of my informational videos, including intermittent fasting, which people seem to like a lot, and here they are. And all right, that's I'm feeling a little high from this shit, these damn spa treatments or sauna, getting hot for a while. All right, y'all, that's it for today. Peace.